Are you wanting to create an online course but you have no idea where to start? Well, in this video, I'll be sharing my course creation guide for beginners. So this one's going to walk you through a step-by-step tutorial on how you can create an online course that your audience actually wants. Hello, I'm Kate Emily and I'm a marketing coach and I help creative entrepreneurs build their brands online. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing a really simple, overwhelm-free approach to creating your first course. So this is an opportunity for you to share your expertise with more people and to grow your business in a digital manner. Stick around to the end where I'll be sharing my favorite course creation platform, which you can get started on for free. And while you're watching, feel free to drop a comment about a course that you're wanting to launch or where you're at in the course creation process. I know a lot of people get value out of different course ideas and someone might be inspired by something you're up to. So, as a total beginner in course creation, I wanted to share this simple 7-step process to creating your first online course so you can get started straight away. While it might seem like a total no-brainer, you want to choose a topic that you love, that you're really passionate about, and that you have a lot to say about, because not only will you need to be an expert in whatever the topic is that you decide to create a course on, you also will be needing to talk about this course again and again and again when you start to market it, which we'll talk about more in step 7. But this is a really important point, because if you choose a course just because it's something that might be popular, but something you're not really passionate about or not really interested in, it will be really difficult for you to sell that course in the future. If you have a community already, it's great to do a little bit of market research and start to send a survey or ask some questions on your Instagram stories to really dive a bit deeper into what your audience needs and what they would like to see from you. But if you don't have a community, you can still do a whole lot of research, and you can do that on online forums like Quora or Reddit, as well as looking through YouTube video comments or blog articles where people are asking questions about what are the things that they're struggling with that they're trying to find a solution to. The cool thing about looking at forums and comments is that you can start to jot down some of the nuances in language that your audience is using. So the way they describe something, you can actually make sure that whatever it is that you're creating uses those words to describe that pain point, because that is going to land with them a lot better than something that maybe is way more technical, has all the jargon that you're used to using as an expert, and it may just not quite be the same sort of messaging that's going to relate as their own words that they're already using in comments and questions that they're asking online. You might also like to use Google to do a bit of research into seeing if anyone else has created a course like what you're planning on creating. Now, use this as inspiration only. You don't want to be copy and pasting someone else's course, but it's nice to see if there is a lot of courses out there for that particular topic. Maybe there's an angle that you can take that's not already available. So people won't just buy a course because of the content, they're buying it for the transformation. So you want to get crystal clear on what that transformation is that your new student in your course is going to see. Are they going to be taking a huge transformation or just something small? Both are okay, but they're just different types of courses. A mini course is going to have a really small transformation. So this is like taking someone from A to B. So it's a really niche and it's focused and it's really specific as to a particular transformation that you're going to take them on. Whereas an intensive course is going to be more structured, there's going to be more content involved, and that's going to take a transformation from A to Z. An example of a mini course might be how to create an Instagram reel, whereas an intensive course may be how to create a social media strategy that converts clients. So before you start recording any content or creating any presentations, I highly recommend you create an outline first. Here's what my outline looked like for my effortless email marketing course, and the whole point of this was to make sure that I understood how the content was going to flow and that I knew what each of the modules were going to be about before I started creating them. As you can see, this is a bird's eye view of each of the modules with the lessons that sit under each module, as well as any bonuses or downloads that I was going to be adding to those lessons. Doing this now is so important because it means that you stay on track and that you know what's coming next while you're creating the content. So you're not sort of getting this scatterbrained effect with the content that you're creating. It's also a really cool one to do at an early stage in your creation process because you can start to talk to your community about what's going to be inside your course. You may even like to start pre-selling it before you've even finished. For me, creating the course content was all about creating the words and understanding exactly the content that I was going to be including in each lesson. And what I did was I used Evernote to draft out each lesson, all the words I was wanting to use. I copied bits and pieces from other masterclasses I'd run before, as well as tutorials I'd done, YouTube videos, and so on, and put them all into this one document. So when I was creating that lesson, I knew exactly what was going in to the presentation itself. This might seem like a lot of work, and for you, maybe just jumping on and presenting is the way to go with just a few notes. But for me, this worked wonders at keeping me focused and making sure that all my content had an amazing flow throughout the lesson. So once I'd created that document, I then created a presentation template in Canva and started populating that. And by doing it that way, I was able to make sure that if there was any gaps in the content that I had created in this document, I could start to fill them in that presentation. But this was just my process because I was creating recorded content that had the lesson as a presentation with me in the corner, just as a face in the corner. Whereas you might be talking to camera like this video, and if you're doing that, maybe you don't need as much scripted content, or maybe you're wanting to create a course that's completely written. I have done courses that are like that too. It just depends on what you want to create and the format that your audience likes to consume content from. So once you've created all that content, you need to add it to a course platform. And there's so many out there. There's so many options to choose from. And believe me, I've had a look at most of them. I have used Thinkific in the past, but currently I use Kajabi, and that is my favorite platform, which I'll be talking about a little bit more at the end of these tips. So from my experience, it's really important that you choose a platform based on its longevity, how it's going to work with your business, not just choosing the cheapest platform at the time, because moving all your content from one platform to another, as well as moving your students from one platform to another, it's very time consuming and a bit of a pain in the bum. So you want to try and choose something that's going to have that longevity for your business. But the setup of your course, while this may seem like a bit of an overwhelming thing to dive into, there's so many tech tutorials either on YouTube or in the course platform that you're choosing. Different platforms have different types of training modules, but there will be some sort of lessons that you can use to learn how to actually set it all up. So you've created all the content, it's in the course platform, now you want to start selling it. But the first step here is to create a sales page. And this is basically like a landing page that sits as part of your website, but it's its own page selling what your course is about. And I created a whole video which shares a template that you can use to create your sales page. It walks you through what content and what copy you need to be putting in at every stage of the sales page. So I'd recommend you go and watch that one after this video because it's going to share all the ingredients you need to create that high converting sales page for your online course. So once it's all set up, your checkout's working, you've tested it all, you can start to share it with your community. So you want to share it on social media, as well as if you've got an email list or any other platforms that you're creating content like your podcast or a blog or your YouTube channel, and share it as much as you possibly can. When you first launch, I would definitely recommend doing some sort of promotion with a discount or some bonus that they're going to get within a really short time frame, so you can start getting a bit of momentum and getting people purchasing right from the start. But don't think that once you've posted about it, that you've shared that you have this course, that your job is done. That's just the start of it. You need to continue to share this content about your course and that you actually have this course available to people and what transformation it solves again and again and again. And this is just part of marketing this particular product. So these are the 7 simple steps to creating an online course that your audience is wanting to buy from you. So you want to choose a topic that you love, that you're really passionate about. You want to do a bit of research to figure out if this course idea that you have is something your audience actually wants, or if there maybe is something better that you could be creating. You then want to develop that outline which shares exactly what's going to be inside your course, so you have a really clear understanding of the content you need. And then getting into the creation process of planning and creating presentation slides, recording it, uploading it to your platform of choice, and then marketing it again and again and again and sharing it with your community. So what's my favorite course creation platform? Well, Kajabi. It is the best platform I've found for course creation, as well as just doing everything you want as an online business owner. So I have my website, my email marketing, and my course all sitting on this platform. I also sell my templates there too. So everything is all housed within my Kajabi platform. So I have just one place to go each day and have a look at how my list is growing, how many courses and templates I've sold, and also can check in with my clients as well. So it's an awesome resource you can use. It also has webinars and coaching, but they're things I haven't touched on yet, but it is something that I will be looking at for the future. So you can sign up for a free trial with Kajabi using my affiliate link below, and that will then give you an opportunity to try and test it out. Have a look and see if it's a good fit for you. Definitely try and test out a couple of others and see how they compare as well. But if you've got a question about Kajabi or these 7 steps, then I'd love to help you out. So please feel free to drop a comment below and I will help answer them so you can get started on your course creation journey so much faster. So are you curious about my course creation experience? Well, I shared a whole video on how I relaunched my course using Kajabi. So you can go and watch that one and learn exactly what I did in the process and how it performed for me. So I hope you loved this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you back here next week with another video I know you're gonna love. So until then, bye for now.